Did you know that 9 out of 10 boaters who drowned on New South Wales waters recently weren't wearing a life jacket? Modern life jackets are lightweight and slimline, and they won't get in your way when you're boating. But importantly, they can only save your life if you're wearing it. My name's Brad Whitaker, and this is Marine Rescue TV. Thanks for joining us. In this episode, we'll review a significant flood event that hit the New South Wales coastline, and we'll catch up with our fishing guru Michael Guest, who unpacks the Marine Rescue smartphone app for you. But before we do that, let's jump on board with Andrew Cribb, our Director of Operations, to talk about search and rescue, and in particular, the use of helicopter rescue services.
So Marine Rescue work quite a lot with rescue helicopter services. Why is that so important for our search and rescue activities?
The rescue helicopters in New South Wales, we have Toll, CHC and Surf Life Savings Westpac rescue helicopters. They're absolutely critical to the search and rescue capability in the marine environment. Their ability to see things from above, using their elevation to look down, means that they can really get a much clearer picture of what's happening on the water. When we're out here at sea level on a boat and we're going up and down in waves, something 20 metres away might disappear every 10 seconds or so as the new wave comes through. So we operate to a set speed to make sure that we're covering those distances and don't miss them. But the helicopters give us a great advantage of that, the elevation, looking down on a scene and being able to cover a search area, a much larger search area in a much quicker fashion, so that they can get that really good vision of that set search area.
There's a range of different situations where both the Westpac Lifesaver Rescue Helicopter and Marine Rescue New South Wales may be engaged. That could be from looking for someone who's gone missing in the water through to major searches for missing people, missing snorkelers, divers, rock fishers, in a whole range of different situations. But also for the boating fraternity, we get a lot of people who go missing on their boats, who have boating accidents, jet ski accidents, and therefore by working together, what we can do is more efficiently search for those people to try and find them, locate them, and then work out what is the best way to rescue them.
With the helicopter rescue agencies that we work with, what sort of scenarios do our volunteers train for with them?
Well, we train for a lot. Communication is always a big thing in emergency services. We've got to make sure that's on point. We also train for the really high risk components, so high wire transfers, working with the helicopter pilots that they can get people on and off the boats safely. But we'll also work with search patterns and ensuring that we can maintain those search patterns as set by the police for us to do those searches.
In March of 2021, much of New South Wales was impacted by a significant flood event. Let's catch up with Alex Barrell to talk about Marine Rescue's response, and then jump on board with the crew from Channel 9 Sydney to survey some of the damage.
Marine Rescue volunteers from right across New South Wales lend a hand in support of the State Emergency Service and their response to the ongoing flood operation throughout New South Wales. This was a huge undertaking by Marine Rescue to mobilise our crews from right across New South Wales to support the broader operation in flood-affected areas, particularly around the mid-north coast and Greater Sydney. Marine Rescue support involved the crewing of vessels involved in the evacuation of isolated communities, the providing of logistical support to those communities, but also providing personnel to support the many emergency operations centres that were stood up across the flood-affected areas.
We're currently here at Sackville Ferry Road. We've deployed a number of boats out here this morning, heading up the Colo River. It's been raining all day. It's eased a little bit now, thankfully, but the waters here are continuing to rise, but we're happy to be out here helping today.
G'day, I'm Tony Pollard. I'm from Marine Rescue Sussex Inlet. I've been up here helping with the rescues today, just notifying people along the Colo River, which is pretty significantly in flood. Just basically door knocking, if you want to call it that, up the river, advising people they've got an evacuation order on, they have to leave, and to get them out and bring them back down here to Sackville.
Nine's Tiffany Genders has exclusive access on board a marine rescue boat on the Hawkesbury River. Tiff, what are you seeing?
Well, Pete, with the Windsor Bridge flooded and roads cut off, this is one of the only ways to assess the damage. It really is unbelievable. We have seen homes with water up to the windows, businesses and boat clubs swamped. The current is really strong and there is so much debris, gas bottles, wooden pallets and even a caravan floating by. Now there is more rain expected at Windsor tonight. The Hawkesbury River expected to peak at 13 metres tomorrow morning. I haven't seen a weather event like this in 30 years.
All right, Tiffany, thank you.
Those were certainly significant events, and the work of our community's volunteers, especially in the rescue services, was outstanding in supporting communities in need. Now, logging on and off with Marine Rescue New South Wales is super easy, especially with the free smartphone app. We caught up with our fishing guru Michael Guest to walk you through the process step by step.
G'day, it's Michael Guest here for Marine Rescue New South Wales. Now, logging on and logging off is super important. You've got this fantastic bunch of highly trained volunteers who are looking after you when you're out on the water, and it's never been easier to log on and log off now with the Marine Rescue app. So let's have a bit of a look here. So you can go to the App Store, it's free to download, so no excuses for having it. I know you've all got one of these, a phone, some of you have got two, and some of you can't detach it from your ear, so take it from your ear for 5 minutes, and here we go. So let's open it up, log on with Marine Rescue New South Wales. It talks about some bits and pieces you need to agree to. Yes, let's agree to that. Let's have a look. Real action cabin boat. So that's this boat here. There's a nice picture of it there, and you get to put a picture of your vessel on when you join the app, and it lets the guys and girls at Marine Rescue New South Wales see what your vessel actually looks like, which is a pretty cool thing. Next, how many people on board? Let's go with 2. Next, how many hours are going to be out for? 3 hours. Next, this is really easy. Destination. So we're going to leave the boat ramp here, and we'll be coming back in here later on. Would I like Marine Rescue New South Wales to track my location every 30 minutes? Yep, let's do that, track that, and there we go. So it's got expected time of return, 6:24 p.m. this afternoon. Destination is back at this Swansea boat ramp, and I just hit that log off button. That's really important to make sure you log off so not everybody's looking for you later on. And then there's a pre-launch checklist too. Let's check that. Is my vessel seaworthy? 100% it is. All safety equipment on board, got all that. Check the weather forecast. Have we checked the live bar crossing cameras? Can check the conditions with a local. Got enough fuel, plenty of fuel, 2 litres of water per person. Everyone's got has to put on a life jacket when we're crossing the bar and out on the boat, and my passengers know where the safety equipment is. So that's a pretty cool thing as well. So there's other bits and pieces on the app, but it's a really easy way to stay safe on the water. So we'll go back there, make sure you hit that log off button when you come back in. Don't forget, Marine Rescue volunteers, they're the ones saving lives on the water.
Well, thanks, Guesty. Now you can download the Marine Rescue smartphone app from your favourite app store, but don't forget to use it or your VHF radio every time you head out on the water to log on and off with Marine Rescue New South Wales. I hope you enjoyed this month's episode. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button or the bell so we can notify you of future episodes. Until next time, stay safe on the water.